Good morning.
And if the All-Australian side was picked right now, he'd be in it. I'm not sure if he'd be back, middle or forward, but he'd be in the team.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. I think Matty Pavlich, who's with us today, he was All-Australian as a full-back, as a centre-half back, as a centre-half forward, and a full forward. So there's no reason why Oscar Allen can't achieve that by the end of his career.
How many positions did you play in the All-Australian team, Pav? And did you just brush past the defensive goal screen and you were full-back?
Yeah, that's right, Hannah. Well, I think I might have been named in 5 positions. We're just pumping ourselves up that pre-game here. Let's go.
Morning, guys. Who's joining me today?
I think I got twice on the bench as well, so he would be on the bench right now, no doubt.
All right, well, what about the LA Crows? As we said, they really have had to make a number of changes, 4 changes as it was on Thursday night. Frampton comes back in, Chase Jones gets an opportunity off half-back. Ronan O'Connor to make his debut.
We've got another Crows fan. I think the table shows that Crows are the underdogs for sure. Oh no, not another mullet. Oh no, not more mullets.
I love that in terms of a mindset for the Adelaide Crows, especially in the forward half of the ground.
Yes, and I think that they can go back to the Geelong game and say
We've got a Bulldogs fan. Just join us in for the game, eh?
we can do that.
I'm glad to have you here, mate. Glad to have you here.
Really good year. Sloan is, teams integrity as a player and what a champion he's been. Laird and Shoal and Season.
Who knows?
We've talked about
Who knows? On the day,
players, but they've
anything can happen. Anything can happen on the day.
arrived. They're going to determine today whether or not they're competitive or not.
And one in particular, Pav, you'll be looking forward to
Has everyone got access to the game? Because if you don't have access to the game, then join the Discord server. Game is streaming on there for you.
And 102 kilos, he's not bad for a first-year player in just his third game today. He obviously dominated on debut against the Hawks down there.
Oh, it's far too early in the morning.
He was pretty solid against
On a Sunday morning.
wasn't a huge amount of ball inside 50.
It is currently 7:30 in the morning.
Against 2 of the best.
And I'd like to still be in bed.
Barrett and also Jeremy McGovern coming
Things I do. Things I do.
a pretty big ask for a young player in their first handful of games. But I tell you what, he does look like a threat up forward. And for all the Crow supporters at home, what a bright future the club has with this young player up forward for them. Yeah, he looks a real star. I'm told he's
Lucas, the problem is, mate, the problem is you can't... I don't think it's the system, the league system, a draft system isn't a system for teams to succeed. At the end of the day, let's be honest, with the draft system, the worst teams get the best players, the best teams get the worst players. So, yeah, I suppose it makes things fair, but yeah, it doesn't allow you to improve on success.
They found that out in the pre-season how daunting and difficult that was. Can he make this game a mess against the West Coast Eagles, and should he or not?
Well, in many respects, if that's the approach last week, it probably has to be the approach this week, because if it's an open, free-flowing game and their midfield are basically you go your way and I'll go mine, they're going to kick the easy ball into the forward line.
Adam.
The forward line is
Adam,
it's much bigger
yeah, possibly. And Emily, hang on. Let's just check the time of the Bulldogs game. Hang on, and then I'll tell you where to shove it. To be fair, when's the Bulldogs game?
We're up to a break. Ronan O'Connor, we saw him warming up to make his debut in his home state as well. Nick Nat-
When's the ball? Oh, yesterday.
Josh Kennedy's got up for that calf sores last week. He'll be there, and we'll be with you right after this for the opening bets.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think
believe that the secret to great cooking is generosity. When it comes to our pasta, this means always
the
searching for
just back to the
authentic.
Power versus Bulldogs game.
50 years of
10:40, I was working, so I couldn't do that. Yeah, 10:40 in the morning.
Italy's favorite
Tanking, what would we call it really? We would probably use that.
Italian dishes with
What
our
would we normally say?
fantastic recipe. La Famiglia. Live life here.
I don't know, fluffing it, fluff it, something like that possibly. So has everyone got access to the game? Make sure if you haven't got access to the game, then obviously join the Discord server. I've got the stream going on there.
Some people say, sometimes I'll even ditch the bike. I'll just go for a jog. But on Sunday, I'll be back on that bike. Well, not that bike. That bike's cool. Maybe that bike. I mean, just that bike, literally. MotoGP. Watch it before they ban it.
Come on then. Come on then. Come on. Come on, say hello. Pixie's coming to watch him today. Yeah, it was good. It was really good that Leicester won the FA Cup yesterday, even though it was a boring match. It was the FA Cup final yesterday, literally for about 80 minutes, it was dull and boring. And it only kind of got exciting in the last 10 minutes, thank God. But yeah, really good that Leicester won. Yeah, she'll start nibbling my fingers in a sec. You'll see what's coming out. I've got a Sydney Swans shirt coming. Yeah, I'm being sent a Sydney Swans shirt. Yeah, getting sent a Sydney Swans shirt, so that will be the team that I'm supporting. I've said in a couple of streams that if anyone would voluntarily send me a shirt, then that's the team I will support. And it's the same with rugby. I got sent a London Irish Rugby Union top, so easiest way to decide a team, I suppose. Hopefully the sound's okay for everyone. Yeah, let me know if there's any problems with the sound. I did do the reaction with the referee that got mic'd up for his last game before he moved over here to the Championship. I'm not sure the quality would be that high though. From any knowledge that I've got, I think the Eagles will win. Partially that's looking at the table. It does seem like the teams higher up in the table are more likely to win. There's less chances of a fluke victory. She's biting my fingers. Game on. Is a quick one. Just a behind. 1 point to West Coast. So are we predicting a dominant Eagles win, or are we predicting a close Crows win? What's your predictions, guys? Let me know. Good mark. He got it. Oh, Adam. Adam. We're back on the mullets, aren't we? We're back on the mullets. What are we at? 997? Yeah. Definitely back on these mullets, aren't we?
Relatively inexperienced, but leader effectively at the Crows. To the wing again. Random made an impact at least.
Can't we, Adam, can't we just enjoy the game? Can't we just enjoy the game? Rather than talking about me growing a mullet.
Not vexed at all by that decision. Smith usually kicks, but that time decided the handball because he got the shoal. There's a beautiful kick on either side of the body. And gets away from Fogarty over the line.
I think on the replay, John, it was a bit conservative, that call from the umpire. Nothing dangerous about that tackle.
You can understand them being wary of it though.
No, I absolutely agree, but you've still got to make the right call.
Jared's in a firm mood this afternoon. He's taking no prisoners.
It'll be fun.
All right, Brian had
I think, yeah. But I think West Coast Eagles will be the stronger team here.
over the footy.
And I know next to nothing. So,
Blair just edging it forward, so the Crows forwards get the first look. McAdam!
That is a great way to start the game for a mid-size forward. He's taken the front spot. He's got the leap. He's up against all these gigantors. And yet,
sorry, did he just... The commentator, did he just use the word gigantors? I'm pretty sure that is not a word.
To the SANFL, he was desperate to play.
Going for the kick. Boom.
And turn it on before
Just to behind. Just to behind.
which was terrific, and a shot for goal, which was not so terrific.
No, but it's a score from stoppage, and it's a win out of those areas that Adelaide needs to.
There we go, Cat. There we go. It's just a game. Just a game.
Goal fell over.
You were at that game. AB does stuff.
Suddenly they're threatening. Darling proves himself up.
Well, no offence to the A-League. But was it Jarrett? I think that was his name. Jarrett. He's certainly joined a stronger division. If he's in the Championship in England, he's certainly in a stronger division. So at least it'll test him and see if he's as good as the A-League was making him out to be. So that's cool. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting that impression, Kat. I'm getting the impression.
I mean, there was a mark today in the Essendon game that should have been played. I would have thought.
I think it was. Blair back beyond the centre. McAdam again. He was potentially going to mark it, but Fogarty just ripped
He just shoved him off. Get off me.
it. His kick was very, very lucky.
Can he catch the mark? 1-on-1. 1-on-1. No. Oh, he almost nicked it.
Allen saved the day. Cripps covers plenty of territory. Mention every week. He's outward bound.
Good. Mark. Got it.
Through the middle sheet, calling for it. Bell was biting off a little bit too much. He went to Jermaine Jones. Both of them former Cats. Cripps. Up to half forward. And Allen picks it up, sends it to a 2-on-1 against. The one was Darling. And do they...
The behind.
Defence getting back on Darling. The kick was going absolutely to him. Have a look at this one. I think there was actually more.
That was brilliant. 32, just shoving him to the ground. Fantastic.
A little bit. He's number 32 for the Crows, used to do that all the time as well.
I think this one's a bit tougher, isn't it?
Wow. I didn't know that, Jackie. Murdered by his son. Christ. What did the poor guy do wrong? Dreadful. That's bloody dreadful. Lucas, join the Discord server, mate. Then you can watch the game. Let me post it again. If you haven't got access to the game, join the Discord server. I've got it in there for you. Alright, happy for you to watch it on there. Yeah, wrong Lucas. Other Lucas. Lucas Spencer.
Jono, what's your thoughts there, Jared Brandon? He went with an arm instead of body lining the ball. He was thinking goal. He wasn't thinking with the context. He was thinking, give myself a chance to get forward if in fact I win it. I tried to get into the space, I think.
All I ask, guys, if you don't have access to the game, any of the games that we end up watching, you're welcome to join the Discord server and watch on this. There's a streaming channel for there. If you can watch that, fine, but just make sure you join me on the live stream just to help the channel out as well. That would mean a lot.
Contested mark, but then he turned around and he got forward. He gave it a one-on-one. There's not always going to be this perfect plug out in space where you can just lace him out. He backed in Big Billy, and Billy didn't let him down. A bit of a tug of the jumper. He got away with that. This is a great start by
I'm going to get rage about the mullets again, though, guys. Goal, behind. They've got to get the goals. They've got to get the goals, don't they? I know that it's not a close distance, but the difference between that 1 point and the 6 points, is huge. Slippery ball. Oh. Nice catch. Is there anyone for him to kick to? Go on. He's played on. It looked like he so it looked like he wanted to play on, and then all of a sudden he realised there were players around him and he wanted to stop, but the referee had already said play on. Nice. It's gone over the top. Oh. I'm just desperate to see someone jump on someone's back. The problem with watching all the compilations of the best marks and things. Now they're behind. Yeah, the thing about watching all the compilations, but of the best marks and whatnot, is you see the extreme. And now I think, obviously I'm realising, but you don't get that in every game. So I'm desperate to see someone leap up and jump on someone's shoulders. Good catch apart from the mullet. Surely, is he going to shoot from this angle?
He just is one of the big improvers over the last 4 to 5 weeks. Been a slow burn. But Adam Simpson's given him an opportunity. No doubt tutoring him.
S. Watley. The thing is with doing the watch-alongs and watching it, it all depends on what I'm doing. So last week, for example, Saturday mornings I work, or Saturday mornings my time I work. I coach football to kids. And then last Sunday good catch. And last Sunday I was playing lawn bowls all day. So today I've got the day off, so it means I've got time. So goal. There we go, Cat. There we go. I didn't. Emily, if you want to link it to me, and I'll give you my live reaction to it if you want. And if it was Friday night, S. Watley, if it was Friday night, that would be Friday morning my time. So I'd be walking dogs, as that's my other job. The time zone thing can be a bit of a pain. It really can be a bit of a pain. Which team is Geelong? Who are the Geelongs? Sorry for being ignorant, but I have no idea who Geelongs are. Oh, okay. It's an actual place. It's an actual place. Sorry. I need to look at the AFL division now, just to see how good they are. I'm having a look. Geelong. Okay, Geelong. Well, to be fair, Geelong, it does sound like it would be said Geelong, but it's not. I apologise. The Geelong Cats are in 3rd place at the moment. Where even is Geelong? Where is Geelong in Australia? Because I have no idea. Warwick, you are telling me the mullets are just for fun, okay? I hope so. Every time a goal goes in, just because I find it really funny, I will be doing that. It's in Victoria. Okay. Geelong. Am I just... So even then I'm saying it wrong, was I? Great mark by the Crows on number 7. So Tim has just said Tim has said Geelong is 2 hours, is an hour south of Melbourne. Kat, you're saying it's 2 hours west of Melbourne. So what is it?
About to cop the save from O'Brien. Kelly. Reprise there. Grab and tackle.
Right, let's get this down then. Is it Geelong or is it Geelong? Geelong or Geelong? It's Melbourne. Melbourne. That's right, isn't it? Melbourne. I'm saying Melbourne, right? Having a go at my accent, bloody Aussies. It's Geelong. It's Geelong. No, but they were telling me it's Geelong. Oh, this is confusing. This is confusing. I think you're going to have to put up with however I pronounce it.
Desperate effort from Duda in the end. Paid dividends. Smith will back himself to get away. The handball, not sure that Bunce was quite ready for it. To Jones now. As they link up, and that's not the exit kick they would like, although there's two pros to make a contact.
Manny, you say my English isn't too bad. It's because I'm English. Sure, it can't be too bad because I'm English. And I'm from South England, so I don't really have an accent or I sound posh. I'm not posh. But everyone thinks I sound posh.
What happens next that's important? Miranda measures it.
Alright.
So they've got to the wing now.
I will never say Geelong or Geelong ever again.
They've had to work hard to get the space. And they push the numbers back to Crows. Just getting through to Red. Get the teasing distance right here, Adelaide. Leads. Oh, Kennedy's got
So this is the funny thing. So when I started the channel, when I started doing the channel, I did some videos with an American called Alan from Eclectic Beard, and he's an American and his audience is UK. And the video I did, I got so much hate, so much grief, saying how I'm just a posh boy, I don't know anything about England, and I thought, but I don't have an accent compared to people up north, even Londoners, Scousers, Mancunians and all that. My accent is very plain English.
Lost concentration. He was going back to the square. The oldest forward on the ground. He knew exactly what he was doing.
going at 2.63 goals per game, his best since the 2018 season, which was the
Cockney, yeah, Cockney.
averaging more than 3 goals a game. He's an incredibly consistent player.
Let's have a look, let's have a look.
He still is Josh Kennedy.
There we go, another goal.
Just how good Kennedy is. A great conversion. Absolutely brilliant kick.
And I'm coming to Discord.
Experience of Bucks. Now you can just see him right beside him. In fact, it's no D, so he's a more senior player. But that's just not up to it. That is poor. And Tom Doty, he won't like the look of that.
Geelong. 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 Oh, funny. Alright, I got it. Geelong. Thanks for linking that one.
Over 600 goals for the Eagles. Josh Kennedy. Keys with the kick forward. Shedford did I rode the first time. Not the second though. The handball was instinctive and effective as Seaman plays a central
Nice mark from the Crows.
First disposal for Paul Seaman.
Remember, if you want access to the game, guys,
This is last week.
I see people have joined the server. That's awesome. However, no one else has joined the streaming channel, so join the streaming channel if you want to watch the game. It is in there for you, okay? It is in there.
Just looking at a couple of checklists so that I reckon Matthew Nicks will be looking at. One is the contested and the uncontested. We know they're going okay. They're starting to lose a bit of the grip on the uncontested. But the ground ball numbers, John, that we highlighted early, Adelaide
So you got to teach me Aussie, not Australian English. That's like saying American English. It's American, really, isn't it? Because the Americans ruined English. Nice. Good. Great mark. The funny thing with that mark then was the Eagles, none of the Eagles players actually went for it, and it was just the two it was the two Crows players. They've got to get a 6-point goal now. Surely they've got to get a 6-point goal. Adam, I'm joking, mate. Yeah, yours is. This was what I was talking about, I think, in the videos yesterday or the day before. It seems like us Brits have a lot more in common with the Aussies than we do with the Americans. A lot more similarities, like the dry humour, well, possibly politics, I don't know. Yeah, Jackie, yes, it is something I noticed. And I think rugby do it quite a lot as well in the league and union. They sit up in the boxes. And it makes complete sense in the fact that the pitch is so huge that from ground level it's not quite as easy to see tactically. Whereas in football, soccer, it's not that the pitches are smaller than rugby, but because there's formations, it's a lot easier to see if a player is doing the right thing and tactics. Lucas, what's up, mate? You're not on Discord yet? Don't get me started, Lucas, about Boris Johnson, mate. What an absolute clown he is. It amazes me how people can vote for such a simpleton and a money, power-hungry man. Oh, it's embarrassing. But the people only voted for him because he's a character, and of Brexit because we got too many nationalists, working class nationalists. But don't get me started on that one. We've got to keep the spirits high. I didn't, Russell. I didn't. If you want to link it to me, I will happily watch it. Mark, got it.
Well, his last shot was from exactly this spot. Josh Kennedy, and he absolutely hit brilliantly.
What was the score in that? Let me have a look. Let me have a look.
Just a matter of 47 metres and 62 degrees.
68-61's a very low scoring game, isn't it? Saying that, this doesn't look like a high scoring game, does it? But yeah, I'm sure 68-61's really low scoring, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at that mark if you've sent it to me. Where have you sent it? Yeah. Jackie, I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. All about the power and the money. let's check out this.
Last seconds of the opening term.
Right, I'm watching.
Quarter time, it's 2 goals each. Anyone who thought this was going to be a one-sided contest, but
If it loads up.
the Crows, with some of the young guns and some of their experienced hands, have fought the heat in the opening term.
Yeah, there we go.
Stars of their own. It's West Coast by 2 points at quarter time, 2-5-17 to 2-3-15.
Well,
BT Sports Innovate
let me turn this down. I'm going to turn this sound down a little bit.
Revolution Revolution. This season, we've launched the match day experience on the BT Sports.
Well, that was a good mark, wasn't it then? Thanks, Kat, for sending me that. Those are the sort of marks I really want to see, that leaping on top of the shoulders. But like I said, the problem is by doing the compilation videos, it makes you think that everyone just does them in the games, and it doesn't happen like that, clearly, because the compilations are the extreme levels. But yeah, that's a good one. They do happen occasionally then. Where's the where it's Abyss versus Magpies? What? Who's the worst? What's the worst? The Abyss or Magpies? You tell me. I assume some of you have watched my last videos with Magpies and the Abyss birds. What is worse? Magpies. I suppose the Abyss birds don't attack you. It's funny because after I did that video, I looked on TikTok, and on TikTok there are literally so many clips of magpies attacking people on bikes. I'll even TikTok it now. Just look. Just attacks all over TikTok. Look at that one. Okay, last one for the camera. Oh, there we go. So, I have not heard magpies singing. I have not. I can't say I have, no. But I'm just not a fan of birds in general. Birds are creepy with their beaks and their beady eyes and their little straw legs. Not a fan. Can I watch the Melbourne versus Carlton game? When are they playing? Tell me, when are Melbourne and Carlton playing? Oh, now. I'm watching this game. AB does stuff. What you need to do what you need to do is not be a cheapskate and make sure you got a sports subscription. I didn't even notice. I wasn't paying enough attention, but there was a big mark. Alright, What team do I support? In what sport, Mason? What sport are you talking about? Are we talking about Aussie rules? What team do I support? I'll have a look at that on there. AFL. So in AFL, I am being sent a Sydney Swans shirt. So it probably will have to be Sydney Swans. But I'm waiting for that shirt to arrive. So Dave Bell. I don't think he's watching today, but Dave Bell is sending me a Sydney Swan shirt. So that is on the way to me at the moment. I love the banter between sports fans. So I was sent for rugby union. I've only just recently got into rugby union, and I'm loving rugby union as well. And I was sent a London Irish rugby shirt. What a beautiful shirt it is, by the way. And the comments are, well, they're not a bad team, but you could have chose better. That's such a great game. You know, they have such great games, and the community. And this is what's different from these sports to soccer, football, is that in football, you'll get abuse. Whereas in other sports, people want you to be a part of the sport, which is brilliant. Phil Foden, he's almost come from nowhere, and he's done well in the first team. You know, a player goal with young footballers, you know if they're going to be good if when they come into the first team they dominate. And Phil Foden is playing so well since coming into the first team. I think he's a guarantee for the England national team in the Euros. Very impressive. One player I want to see is Jadon Sancho, if he can perform well on the international stage. Jadon Sancho's done really well at Borussia Dortmund, but will he do well on the international stage? That's yet to be seen. Do I like Tommy Papley? No idea who Tommy Papley is, to be honest. Remember, I've not been following AFL for long. I've literally been watching AFL for a month. Just over. Loving it. Like I said, I've got the Sydney Swans shirt coming, but I don't really know any players yet. I will do my best to watch Sydney games, and I will do my best to learn players' names. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new world, and it's a lot to learn. So I will do my best. Yeah. Let me have a look at the old. Let's watch the go. Oh. Is it me? Hang on. Sorry, but did Dusty not just clothesline the guy? He definitely just clotheslined the umpire behind. Yeah. It's a close game at the moment. It's a close game at the moment. The last AFL game I watched a couple of weeks ago was the Eagles versus the Dockers, and it was really close for the first three quarters, and then all of a sudden Dockers fell apart. So hopefully that won't happen and it will stay close the whole way through. Lucas, he's just that type of person, is he? Mason, I have a Buddy Franklin video going out on Tuesday. However, it has all been copyrighted, so I'm hoping that my dispute goes my way. But yeah, Dusty Martin is coming out. Do I know Mike Oxlong? I do not know Mike Oxlong. So with the copyright, AFL. So I try not to use anything from. Hang on. That's got to be a goal, surely. Crows are going to take the lead for the first time. Easy. There we go. They've taken the lead for the first time. Yeah. The problem with... fair enough. Yeah, so the problem with the copyright is, for the AFL games especially, doing reactions directly from the AFL channel gets copyrighted straight away. Now, it's not a huge issue in the fact that I'm not getting a copyright strike, I'm just not getting monetized. Now, granted, I don't necessarily do it just for the money. I've got other jobs that I do. But when you put the effort in and it's not monetized, no matter how little you're making, it's a real kick in the teeth. So... yeah, the annoying thing is I did my AFL Marks video, which I did about a month ago. I put a dispute in, but for some reason it was not monetized at all. And yesterday, the dispute was resolved in my favour. Problem is, I've already got 30,000 views, and none of it was monetized. So it's like... This one, however, for Tuesday, the Buddy Franklin one, it's copyrighted, it's under dispute, but the monetization is going up, will be going up, but just held. So yeah, fingers crossed. But like I said, if people recommend the AFL channel direct videos, it's a tricky one. Yeah, but the thing is, with a sport like AFL, something like I'm doing, me from the UK, all I'm doing is sharing the sport with people from around the world. Granted, a lot more Aussies watch it, but I'm sharing, Aussie rules with people from around the world, which possibly will get more people watching. That's copyright. Yeah, that's copyright and fair use. Although it is an argument, it's rarely taken into account, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, that is the point. You do a video and it takes longer than you realise to do a video, and I'm not even I'm not even doing a vlog. It's not like a vlog. Vlogs will take absolutely ages, but even then, it's not a quick process. But I do it because I love it. That is the main thing. Hence why I said the money isn't necessarily everything on all the videos. Sometimes it's getting a video out to everyone so they see what I'm doing and hopefully they like it. And then they subscribe and watch more videos. Sometimes that works because I say this in a lot of my videos. Yes, I'm doing reaction videos, but I'm doing reaction videos differently to most other reactors. Most other reactors, look at just big hits videos and things like that and whoa, big hits. Whereas, one, I've tried staying away from big hits because I think everyone's done it. But secondly, I'm looking at individual players. I'm looking more in depth at the sport. I'm looking at sports no one's ever heard of. And I'm focusing on tactical side of things and how a player does a tackle, things like that, which I would like to think people are noticing, and that's what's keeping people watching, rather than just a boring reactor that goes, whoa. So yeah. Peter, hi Peter. See, Jackie, I don't like the draft system, and it's not that it's. I'm not saying that as someone that doesn't know. Granted, I don't know everything about draft system, but a draft system is a closed system. Your one division, basically a one division, is a closed division. Teams cannot get into it if they want to. I think the problem is there's more incentive to finish rock bottom of the league, losing every game, than there is to finish higher up, mid-table. And I think it'll probably lead to more boring games. Whereas what you've got to realise in the Premier League and in the football system is a pyramid. Money is shared down. The higher leagues actually give money to the lower leagues and the lower teams. And this is one thing that has been debated. I think when I did the Aussie Rules Explained video, is people love the playoffs, and that's fine. That makes complete sense. However, what about at the bottom of the table? At the bottom of the table, there's nothing to play for. Whereas if you think in football, soccer, yes, you've got the title race. You've also got then who's going to get in the Champions League. Then you've got the fight for the Europa League. Yes, you have the little mid-table, which is can be a bit pointless. But then you've also got the relegation battle as well at the bottom of the table. And at one point, you guys are missing a pyramid system. I think you're really missing a pyramid system. You've got the VFL. I think it's called the VFL. What if a team does really well in the VFL and is desperate to come up? There's no room for them. Pyramid system, you need it. Yeah, but can you blame a team for going out and trying to lose? I don't think you can blame a team for going out trying to lose, because the draft system gives them the incentive. They've got the incentive to do it. So if you're not going to win the league, then it's better to finish bottom, basically. Yeah. Can you get it? Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry, you say it's not the attitude, but I strongly disagree. I would strongly disagree, because you've got to think about the following season. The problem, arguably AFL. The problem, though, is with the VFL and whatnot, that's the only way they can think. That's the only way they can think. Because they know that they're never going to get into the top division, there's no other way to think. So, yeah. And the thing is, I've heard this from you guys, that the other divisions are such of a lower standard. But imagine if there was that relegation and promotion, and therefore the money was trickling down. If the money was trickling down, then the standard of the sport would get better. That is what you need to think. If there's an opportunity, we were talking about this yesterday during the FA Cup final. To improve a sport, you need to improve the whole game. You need to improve all the clubs. That's from grassroots to the top. To do that, they need money. They need the facilities and the players. You can only do that by having a pyramid system. But this is what I'm saying, Russell. Yeah, so yes, I understand the costs. That's what I'm saying is, you would, if a team got promoted, for example, if a team got promoted to the AFL, then they would be getting the money. Now, yes, they would probably, I think for the first few seasons, the teams that go up would come back down. However, they would be receiving the money that they could gradually improve. Standard would gradually go up. It's not an overnight thing, but it's something that I think should be done. But that's cool. Zpam, no, it's not come through. He has sent it, and he even sent me a picture. He has sent me a picture, and it is on the way. I'll even show you the picture if you want. It is on the way. Russell, like I said, it's not something that improves instantly. It's not something that improves instantly, but as I said, money needs to trickle down. You say that, Patrick, you say that, but look at teams like Bayern Munich, like Dortmund, like Real Madrid. They've all got teams in lower divisions in the same pyramid, but those teams aren't able to go up. I think my main point is but that's cool. That's cool. Look, watch the game, have a conversation. That's all it is. I think it's a good idea to be sharing opinions, because I might learn something, you might learn something, Yeah. So some of you are sort of agreeing with me. I think the main point I'm making is that, like I said, if money can trickle down to smaller clubs, then those smaller clubs get better. The sport gets better. But it does work. S. Watley, it does work. I promise you, it works. Just look at look at the English system. Look at the English system. Look at the clubs that have gone up and up and up. it's not necessarily about even making teams better so they come up. It's about making the standard of the sport better. You know, look at women's football. The standard is slowly getting up because more money is being invested in it. The training facilities are getting better for these women. It does work, I promise you. Russell, the problem is, yes, that's fine. I understand that the AFL does kind of share money lower down. I understand that, yeah, maybe the AFL does support, but a club is never going to make as much money if they're not in the AFL. So that's why I'm saying if a VFL team went up, got promotion to the AFL, then they're going to make more money than they would have ever made from the AFL just giving them money. It's not an overnight thing, but yeah. Lando, hey Lando. Oh, I'm sure. Adam, I'm sure the women in the Premier League get very little as well. To be fair. Anyway, just a thought. That's all it was, just a thought. Gotta love a good discussion. I think it's more a case of people not wanting it to work. That's more of what I think, is people not wanting it to work because so used to what you're used to, which is understandable. It is 8:35 in the morning. What's my least favourite AFL team? I don't really have a least favourite AFL team, if I'm honest. Or am I meant to say Collingwood? Am I meant to say Collingwood are my least favourite? I'm sure no one likes them. Goal. There you go. Collingwood are my least favourite. There you go. Just to keep you guys happy. What do I think of Aussie soccer football player Sam Kerr and women's football in general? Yeah, cat. Yeah, it's only because everyone always says Collingwood. Everyone hates them. I don't know who Sam Kerr is. Just can't help me on that one. Women's football, soccer, is getting better. I've got a real problem, though, with women goalkeepers. Women goalkeepers seem the worst, just the worst trained players, and they never seem to make the effort to dive. However, the standard of women's football is slowly getting better, but bearing in mind, women's football is, 100 years behind? Because they've only just started turning professional and getting the facilities, so they need the coverage on TV, they need the money. Yeah, it's a tricky one, but it's getting there. Sam Kerr, if I'm honest, I've never seen him. Not seen him. Oh no. He won the Golden Boot for what? Hang on. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at Sam Kerr. Well, Samantha Kerr. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. I'm not really up to date on women's football, if I'm honest. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't think it'd be fair for me to make judgment because I don't really watch women's football. Right, we need a resurgence from the Crows, don't we? Adelaide need a resurgence. Oh, just giving it away. Crows giving it away. Almost neat. Oh, they want it back. No. This is what I find quite funny when you're watching Aussie rules, is that there's just everyone like slipping. It's like the ball has like oil all over it. The amount of times where no one can get the ball. I hope everyone saw that. Score review. Did he just mess that up? Did he mess that up? Why did he try kicking it so quickly? Did it touch him? Did he touch it? Did he touch it? Goal. Did it go straight for it? Did he nutmeg him? Lucky, lucky sod. Lucky, lucky guy. He literally nutmegged the guy. God, so lucky. So lucky. We've I think last time I streamed, we talked about this. The problem is the camera technology is not good enough in the AFL. Yeah, really not good enough technology, because the ball looks too blurry and you cannot see the yeah, you can't clearly see when the ball touches someone because of the blurriness. The camera technology really needs improving. 20 rescue cats? God. Well, thanks for joining, Jackie. Yeah. It might be a bit one-sided now, but thanks for joining. It's not like they're short of cash. I'm sure the AFL has plenty of money. They need to improve the cameras to have fair, honest, like VAR, not VAR, but Hawkeye type thing. They need better cameras. Just because it's better than what it was, it doesn't mean it's good enough. It's still crap. Post, hit the post. Oh, the goal camera is the worst, mate. The goal camera. It was last week. 2 weeks ago when the ball dropped down into the goal and they measured. They were about to score, and I think someone got a foot to it. It was so hard to tell if the player had got a foot to it before it crossed the line. How? Happy to make the money, but not to spend it. Adelaide, Adelaide have messed up not getting those early goals. Bearing in mind Adelaide had at least 2 or 3 goals that they should have scored and only got behinds. A real makes a difference, clearly. Dropped it. It's going for the kick. Five and a quarter. It's a big glass. It's a big glass. Literally the side of my head. It's just a pint glass, but yeah. Well, is this game over for Adelaide? You've probably seen stranger things, but it is. It is. I thought I'd treat myself. I've gone for the. I didn't want leather. so I went for the material. I was a bit worried if I got leather. I was worried that if I got leather, the cats would destroy it. I thought the material would be a bit better. So yeah. Well, yeah, it's very one-sided now, isn't it? Where would this... So Eagles are trying to push up the table as well, aren't they? So where would this put them now if they win this game? Let's have a look. I don't think that... Does it not show live? Eagles are currently in 7th place. How many points is it for a win? This is one thing I've been wondering. How many points is it for a win in AFL? And grape juice. It's Vimto with 7-Up. Yeah, it's Vimto squash with 7-Up. So nothing that exciting. It's early in the morning. I would have had a cup of tea, but I couldn't be bothered because it will make me go for a wee every 5 seconds. Alright, 4 points. 2 for a draw, 0 for a loss. It's a lot of points for a win. Here's another discussion for you guys. In rugby union, if your team scores 4 tries, you get an extra point on your in the league. Now, I think in football, soccer, it would be a good idea to give an extra point if you score, say, if your team scores, say, more than 4 goals, because it leads to attacking play. It leads to more exciting games. What about something like that in Aussie rules? Is something like reaching a certain point score by the end of the game and getting an extra point? Is that something that would make the games more exciting? What do you think? It's all about making the games more exciting for fans. That's what it is, I think. No, I'm not saying it does happen. I'm saying in rugby union they do it, where if you score 4 tries, you get an extra point, win, lose or draw. But I'm just saying, and I'm sure that in football it would make the game more exciting. Russell, get rid of offside rule. Yeah, get rid of the offside rule. That would lead to more attacking, more open defending. Yeah, get rid of the offside. Then you wouldn't have as much controversy with VAR either. So yeah. Manny, I'm not saying it's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. I'm not saying it should happen or it shouldn't happen. I'm just asking, do you think it would be something that would work? Tom, yes, Kat sent me a video in the Discord. Poor umpire. Literally got clotheslined. I think as a referee, the betting ads are ridiculous. Bet365 and Sky Bet, and it's ridiculous. Can anyone hear the rain? So if there's noise of rain. It is absolutely chucking it. Yeah, so this is the problem, Russell, is that it's that there are lots of different countries, lots of different governing bodies, and you need everyone to do something. It's like with the offsides. If you take offsides out, amazing. I would happily be for that. But you need all the leagues everywhere to do it, because you can't be playing a Premier League game, no offsides, and then play a Champions League game, and yeah, then you all of a sudden have to play offsides again. Is absolutely chucking it down. The temperature today, it's not freezing cold today, but it is summer. But that is the temperature right now. Hang on. 10 degrees. That is some heavy ass rain. That is not good. That is what we're putting up with at the start of summer. Unbelievable. Bearing in mind it's centigrade, not this nonsense Fahrenheit. That's 16 centigrade. That's roughly what it's been over the last week, but it's been windy. Yeah, we're in summer, or almost in summer. So yeah, that's depressing. Yeah, the fact that you think 14 degrees is cold, that's what's funny. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, get with it, Paul. It's football, mate. It's football. Oh man, I would love 22 degrees. I would love 22 degrees right now. This rain, I'm fed up of rain. I'm fed up of wind. 10 degrees. Granted, 10 degrees isn't warm, but there is colder. Don't know. Sean says, don't know how if you lose an EFL trophy group stage on pens, you can still get a point. It should be if you lose, you get nothing. I think a cup competition is slightly different. Cup competition's different, mate. I think. To be fair, we haven't got much COVID anymore. To be fair, I've had my jab. The wife's had both of hers, so we're all good. But I would like sunny climate. Yeah, it's absolutely pissing it down. Hang on. I'll be back. I'm going to do a video just for you guys, alright? I'm going to do a video just for you guys. And Adam, I take great offence to that. 22 is ideal. I would say about 25 is ideal. That's an ideal temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. Right, hang on. Let's see if we got it. You can't really see very well, I don't think. Oh, hang on, my phone's going. No, you can't really see very well. It's chucking it down. The problem with our when it's hot here is that it gets very humid and very sticky and very sweaty. Whereas, for example, if you go on holiday, maybe, I don't know, to Greece or somewhere like that, it's very dry heat and it's okay. But yeah, hot here is just sticky and horrible. A nice spring day. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I wish you guys would stop being such arseholes about the weather. You feeding the cats? Why the tops? Why? Alright, well I won't be getting there till after 10 o'clock then. Oh, I'll be back in a second, guys. I am taking a wee break. Yeah, 35 is too hot, mate. It's too hot. There's no need for that sort of weather, is there? Back in a second. What I need to do is for a toilet break, I need like a sign that's like toilet break, so everyone knows where I am. Back in a sec. He wants food. Oh, I've returned. Cat, are you kidding me? You kidding me? You miss summer. Try having our weather. If we're still on the weather side of things. What I would do for nice warm weather. Just 20 degrees will do for now, to be honest. Yeah, I get you. The sand must be boiling. We do sometimes. We have about 3 weeks of summer. We have about 3 weeks. And the problem is, Dan, good morning, Dan. Oh man, your game is off, mate. Let's be honest. If your weather's like anything like mine at the moment, Dan, your game is off. Yeah, the problem with our summer is, and I mean to do this every year. I mean to buy what do I call it? Keep meaning to buy a portable air conditioner for when it is like really hot, but it's only hot for about 3 weeks of the year, so you have to literally put up with not being able to sleep for about 3 weeks in the year. Because bearing in mind our houses over here are insulated to cope with the cold weather, so when it's hot, it's quite often the houses just keep all the heat in and it is boiling. We do sometimes have blue sky. Yeah, no, we do sometimes have blue sky. But at the moment, when we've had blue sky, it's been really windy. So it's been really cold. So you can't win. You just cannot win. Alright, less abuse on the British, alright? I'm not religious, I don't need blessing. What would I consider hot weather? Hot weather is 30 degrees, I think. Hot weather is 30. Too hot is 35. Maybe 33 is too hot. That's right, I don't mind. I don't mind. Bit of banter. I think, when have we last, I can't think if we've last had 40 degree weather. We might have had 40 degrees possibly last year for about a day or two, but it's just too much. You can't even leave the house. 51? 51? Jesus. 51 really is enough to boil an egg on your car. Christ alive. I suppose that's why no one lives in central... Well, I say no one, that's exaggerating. But that's why not many people live in Central Australia. You need the water. It's because, yeah, to be fair, I do have sort of a tan. My legs are a bit white, but that is because I walk dogs in the mornings, so, and I play lawn bowls, so I'm out in the sun when it's shining. Probably not. I suppose you would climatise to the heat, though, wouldn't you? You climatise, don't you? That's the, yeah. Cat, you say it wasn't, not built to live in a desert. The old Yanks did it, didn't they? On the west coast. All California is more or less desert, wasn't it? Air conditioning. I've not necessarily heard of that, of Cuba Pedi. Cuba Pedi? No, I've not heard of Cuba Pedi. But I know there's plenty of... I know there's plenty of places who build their houses in the mountains to keep cool. PD? PD? Alright. My bad. Cuba PD. If you're watching on the Discord, the stream's got a little bit buffery. Should be okay in a minute. I'm going to have to notify someone about the old BT Sport going down. Let's quickly try... Let me try Fox. What channel is it on? I don't know. Yeah, all of a sudden everything's gone a bit Pete Tong. Wrong. I will try and fix it. Sorry about this, guys. I'm not sure what's going on here. I am on it. Channel maintenance thread. They're just doing a server reboot, guys. That's why. It'll be back up in a few minutes, I'm sure. Yeah. Game is back up. They're just game will be back up shortly. They're just doing a server reboot, which is a pain in the backside time to do, isn't it? Never mind. Hopefully it'll only be a minute or two. There we go. Back up. Sorted. I apologise for that. Okay, cool. If you are watching, guys, and you've enjoyed the discussion, even if the game has gone a bit one-sided, hit the like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. That would be awesome. The road to 10k. Yeah, that's what we're at the moment. The road to 10k. Can I get... So... So I've got a streaming service that I use called Ultimate Mania. So I get all the 3 o'clock, all the football, all the pay-per-views, all... if you're interested in seeing what I can get, let me know afterwards in the Discord. Yeah, let me know in the Discord. I'll show you what I can get. Because I can get lots. Hence, I can get... I can get the Fox Sports, which I can watch the Aussie rules. You've got Rugby Union Pass, Rugby League Pass, loads. So, yeah, very good. Right, come on. You've just told me there's a goal before I've seen the goal. What an arsehole. Goal. Come on, Crows. We're going to have a massive comeback. Crows are going to have a huge comeback now. Just shoved him in the back of the head. What's the service? What's the surface? Don't tell me it's AstroTurf. I bloody hate AstroTurf. That's right. I'll let you off, Tim. I'll let you off, mate. Gravel? What? Surely not. I asked this in a previous Aussie rules video. Because I'm a football referee, soccer referee, I've looked a lot at rugby referees. I really want to look at Aussie rules referees. The problem is I can't really find any good videos on... I don't know, I can't really find any good videos on how the referees deal with things during a game, like a compilation, or anything like that. So if anyone knows any videos they can send me, that would be awesome. I just can't find any good ones that I want to react to. Bloody concrete under it. Christ. I suppose at least with concrete you can get a level surface. Come on. Get a goal. Get a goal. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, I do have a Razor Ray one to do. I do have a Razor Ray one to do. I have a Razor Ray one. Yeah, I do have a Razor Ray one on my watch list. So that is there to do. I haven't got around to doing it yet, but I'll probably do that next week. See, look, I'm bringing the conversation. I'm bringing the ideas, and sometimes a foreigner has good ideas. Okay, us pommies, we're clever people, or at least I am. Oh man, this rain. Yeah, sure. In the Discord, there's a suggestions channel, so you can always post it in there. That'll be good. You say that, but sometimes beer when it's too cold isn't that great, is it? You can't down a freezing cold beer, can you? You know, you guys talking about. You mentioned obviously in AFL you don't get players surrounding the umpire like you do in football. Yeah, that's something I've obviously noticed. And a lot of my channel to start off with was... It's a goal, good. Yeah, so a lot of my first videos have been on rugby, and I've done rugby referee compilations, and it first amazed me the difference how in rugby these big players respect the referee, don't get on his back, you know, and does what he tells them, and in football it's the complete opposite. You do down a beer, mate, you do down a beer. That's the fun of it. What I find funny, talking about beer, I'm a cider. I drink cider. I don't really drink lager. But yeah, I drink cider. But I love how people drink Foster's over here. You know, and Foster's whole thing is it's Australian. Is it? I don't think it is. It's literally Australian for piss if it is Australian. But you guys surely don't have Foster's down there, do you? You don't drink Foster's, surely not. No, Foster's is absolutely nasty, but it's quite cheap and people drink loads of it, and it's in the pubs. Oh, ugh, vile. Well, this is the funny thing. The whole advertising for Foster's is it's Australian, and I know the location it's brewed in. It's in up in Newbury, and it's brewed. It's absolutely vile. I just find it funny that they advertise it as Australian. There is a brewery in Melbourne, is there? But I know Foster's is brewed in a place in Newbury, in England. Mate, guys, Crows are back in this, are they? They're trying. Oh, hello. Shirts are getting pulled. People are getting cross. Do you guys drink cider? Do you drink cider in Australia? I love a cider. I'm a cider drinker. Ah, maybe the comeback's over. Nice. So at least I'll have plenty to drink when I come to Australia. That. Peter. No, not Peter. Piero. Trust me, as a football fan myself, I can't stand it. The diving is embarrassing, but that's what money does. Dickens cider. Never heard of Dickens cider. I've had a lot of different ciders, but I've never had Dickens cider. Oh no. Strongbow. Don't tell me Strongbow. Ugh. Strongbow is the cheapest, nastiest cider you can drink. Vile stuff. That burns the back of your throat, Strongbow does. You don't want any of that nasty stuff. Ugh. Vile. Summersby's nice. I like Summersby. I like Brothers cider over here, but Brothers have Brothers do quite sweet cider, and they do different flavors like toffee apple, and they do Parma violet. Yeah, they do they do like loads of different sweets. That's quite cool. I've never even heard of Dickens cider. Never heard of it. It's not something I've even seen in the UK. And like I said, I've drunk a lot of cider. So you're being funny again, aren't you, Tom? You're trying to be funny. Funny man, eh? Funny man, Tom. Yeah, that's right. As long as you're making a compilation and then the compilation gets lots of views, that's cool. If I'm honest, Tom, it wasn't even a very good one. Dick Insider. It's not even a good one. I think you could do better than that. I think you could do better than that, Tom. Dick Insider. You could do better. Come on. I expect more from you. No. Didn't get it. Dick inside her. Now I get it. Dick inside her. Disgusting. Absolute animals. Absolute filth. Nice. Bang. Nice steal. I love it that Aldi has gone to Australia. We like an Aldi. I prefer Lidl. I needed to say it a few times, Adam. Nah, that's alright. I don't mind. I don't mind the mick being taken out of me. That's cool. As long as Aussies don't mind the mick being taken out of them as well. That's the main thing. As long as it's mutual. The problem here is, yeah, it is early in the morning. The problem with Adelaide getting the goals is, as soon as they score a goal, the Eagles then go and score back. I expect if I was to visit Australia, really it depends on the price of the flights, really. But for cheapness, my dad has a long lost cousin just outside of Melbourne. So if we had a cheap place to stay, then probably there. I don't know whereabouts just outside Melbourne, but... Do you have a tea yet? What do you mean, a team? I thought you were talking about me if I'm drinking tea yet. Team-wise, Team wise, I've got a Sydney Swans shirt coming, so it looks like that will be my team. Paul. For someone who loves cricket, enjoys footy, but isn't a fan of rugby, what sport would you recommend me trying to get into? I'm keen, like yourself, to learn other sports. Paul, are you one? Where are you from? What country are you from? When you say footy, do you mean football or do you mean Aussie rules? And are you looking to play or just watch and learn? Answer me that one. I'm finding out where just outside of Melbourne is. I've sent a message to my dad. If you just want to watch, I think it would be tricky for you to watch football, because I think time zone, it was probably a bit tricky, and actually quite often the game's pretty boring. However, if you did watch soccer, you would learn some differences that might make you think differently. Things that I've brought up in conversation, such as the pyramid system, the red, yellow cards. What about some lawn bowls? I play lawn bowls. There are my bags over there, look behind. Gaelic football. If you like AFL, I've started watching videos of Gaelic football, and that is a real mix between soccer and Aussie rules, I think. So that might be interesting for you. It's funny because when I've mentioned bowls, you guys have been like, yeah, only young people play bowls when they're drunk. It's a brilliant game. I love playing lawn bowls. Great game to play at any age. Yeah, I've got that one to watch. I've got that international game to watch. I just want to watch a few more. I want to watch more Gaelic football matches to learn more about Gaelic football, and then I can compare a little bit more when I watch the international match. I think that's the problem. Unless you end up watching... unless you watch obviously the A-League where you are, but obviously the standard probably not great. Maybe if you watch the Italian League. The Italian League, for example, is slightly ahead of us, I think, so that might suit you better time-wise. Teams like Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan, those sort of teams. So there are sort of ways around it. Or even watch Match of the Day. Get a VPN, watch BBC and watch Match of the Day, which is like the highlight show afterwards. Yeah, it's but I suppose if in Australia soccer's not that big, so you can't expect it to be a great standard, I suppose. You obviously get the odd good player come through, like Tim Cahill and whatnot. But yeah, you got a film called. So in the UK, we've got a film called Blackjack. Oh no, Blackball. Sorry, we got a film called Blackball. That's really good. That's about lawn bowls. I might have to make a note of that. I'm going to make a note of that and see if I can watch it. Crackerjack.
Loves the Crows and he's loving life. Playing for them right now. He kicks a really good goal late in the quarter.
I'm gonna make a note of that. Crackerjack. But yeah, Serie A, which is obviously Italian league. Like I said, that might be a good one to watch because it is slightly ahead of us. They're 2-3 hours ahead of us, I think. So that might make sense. I'm going to see if I can find it on my app. TTV. Let's see. Crackerjack. Is it a film or a TV series? Adam, I would say corruption in a referee corruption isn't really a thing. I think the only problem with referees in the UK, and that's what I'm talking about, is in professional level, so Premier League, Championship and whatnot, is they don't deal with things enough. But that's partially because the Premier League don't want them to. But it's not necessarily about corrupt. I wouldn't say they're corrupt. That's not really accurate. They do as they're told. What year was the Crackerjack film? Crackerjack? Is that what we're talking about? I'll be gutted if there's no streams. Yeah, I'm struggling to find any streams at the moment. BBC? I'm going to switch to an Aussie stream, I think. See if I can get that going. I will see if I can download it and watch it. But from the main picture, that is literally typical bowls, old-fashioned bowls with hats and whites and old people. What is going on again? The club. Hi, Nathan. It was alright for the first quarter. And Adelaide sort of fell apart, didn't they? Which then kind of loses interest a little bit. I wonder if... that's the problem, isn't it? When one team... I think this is the same with all sports. When one team falls apart, it just ruins the game. Yeah. Trust me, I'm a Southampton fan, so in football, so I know what it's like to fall apart. I think Southampton this year, we have been in the lead and given away and lost from a leading position the most this season. So I know what that's like. Ex-Freddy, I'm being sent a Sydney Swans shirt, mate. The only reason I've done these 2 of these games is because time zone. I'm not willing to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, people have been saying it was a good game. People have been saying it was a good game last night. Or yes, Friday, whenever it was. Like I said, I found it amazing. If you want to watch, hang on. If you want to watch this on there, I use a streaming service called Ultimate Mania, which gets it's legal. Yeah, Ultimate Mania basically gets loads of channels, Australian channels, football channels, BT, Sky Sports, American, UK, loads of different channels, all the pay-per-views. Normally it works flawlessly, but they did a server reset this morning, so it's had a couple of minutes outage. But it is on the Discord, so if you don't have access to the game, you're welcome to join my Discord server. But if you watch the game on the Discord server, then it also helps if you watch with me on the watch along as well, just to help the channel out. And that reminds me, if you haven't already, go hit that like button. Tell Google that you're having a nice time, enjoying the discussion. I think what I've got is, so I'm a Southampton supporter in football, and for a neutral, they're a fairly well-liked club because they, no real controversy behind them. Now I've started following London Irish and supporting London Irish in the rugby union. They're another club that are a good neutral team. You know, no one really dislikes them. And now Sydney Swans. Sydney Swans will be another one that. The problem with being a sports fan, isn't it? You know, the problem with being a sports fan, you have to take the highs and the lows. Dusty, yeah, people have said Dusty. I'm struggling to find a video that doesn't have either stupid music or isn't directly on the AFL channel. Well, yeah. Yeah. Some teams can have highs. I'd like to feel that as a Southampton fan, though. Robbie Gray. Dustin Fletcher. I haven't done many defenders. Let's give Dustin Fletcher a little YouTube search. Right, I've left him there. I'll have a look at Dustin Fletcher later on. Imagine how much closer this would have been if Adelaide actually scored goals rather than just scoring those behinds. Ah, Lucas, mate. Southampton, we were top of the league first half of the season, which is unheard of. And then the second half of the season, we were literally like a plane crashing straight down. We just couldn't win a game. It was dreadful. I'm just going to shut this door. Oh, and if any of you want access to free content, there's on a side note, if there's a video I can't put onto YouTube because it is blocked and whatnot, I've got on my Discord server an extra content private channel. And that's where I put all the videos that don't get put up on YouTube. So there's a fair few on there. Now, if you want access to that, there's always Buy Me a Coffee. Literally, you can do a one-off donation just to support me, just to help me kind of justify making those videos that can't go onto YouTube. There's also merchandise. There's a few tops, look, a few tops. So there's always them if you want to buy one of them. If you do, then you get access to the free to the extra content as well. So just a way of supporting me, very similar to Patreon. If any of you want to do that, then I would be humbled and I will love you forever. You don't have to, obviously. Gary Ablett, you're all just giving me loads of names. Buddy Franklin, Tom, the Buddy Franklin one is coming out on Tuesday. I've done a Buddy Franklin. I did it last night and I will be posted on Tuesday. Nathan, if you want to do that, mate, if you want to do a Dusty highlight video for me, that's awesome. Don't know, 8-10 minutes. If you can do an 8 to 10 minutes one. The big hits videos. So I've done a sort of a big hits video with AFL, but I did it kind of with, it was more taking the mick out of soccer. I did a rugby big hits, Aussie rules big hits, and then football big hits. And basically, with the football ones, it was players diving, just to take the mick out of them. But I don't want to get into that. I don't necessarily want to get into the habit of just doing big hits videos because all the other reactors do that. I want to be looking in depth. I want to be looking in depth at the players, the culture, the tactics, the referees. I want to be doing something different to those other reactors that a lot of them don't really put any effort in, and don't have any knowledge to compare with. So yeah, I want to do things better than what they're doing. I don't want to just be another reactor, if that makes sense. I will go and check that one out as well, Ben. I'll do it now. Oh, actually, there was a video that I've got on the watch list, which was the Super Flood, the night that changed AFL forever. I do have that to watch, actually, so yeah, that's on the radar.
He's had some good games with it. They'd be pleased with what he's produced.
Jump, jump. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, that was late. That was very late. I assume they'll take an advantage, but that was very late on the player.
What sort of kick will he go for here, John?
Just a pure drop punt. Standard drop punt. He's a shot for Jack Darling. He's right about that kick. He right about that kick from Gav. Wasn't it nice? Just had the right amount of weight on it.
5 goals to this end in the second term. 6 for the night.
Oh, that was a poor kick. Poor kick.
So he's had a couple of misses. There was an 8 there tonight. But I reckon he'd be happy with a 5.
See, in football, that late challenge is just... yeah, but the problem with those are that can cause injury. That can cause injury because the players, they're not necessarily expecting it because they've got rid of the ball. and the player that made the challenge is not even attempting to go for the ball. Almost. Yeah, this game has almost died a death, hasn't it? Not a lot going on now.
He's learning some good lessons, I think, Shoal. He's playing with some good players. He has in the last month as well. A couple of weeks ago, watching him against Kelly in midfield against GWS, and it was a hard day for him. But
Honestly, the umpires must get a really sore arms constantly blowing and going like that, go like that. A lot of it seems quite... Oh, that was a poor kick. Here's one. Now, I know people have said how much running the umpires do. I don't think the umpires do that much running. Bearing in mind the amount of... The umpires in AFL, they don't cover the whole field. There's about 3 or 4 of them in the middle as it is. They don't do as much running, I don't think. It's a steady jog, I think. A steady jog is the best way of putting it. Possibly. I think being a football referee is more... You need to be more athletic, I think, to be a football referee by the looks of it, because the angles we run and yeah.
Some of the Adelaide Crows forwards, they've been working so hard to defend and get up the ground and stop some of the Eagles' forward motion. But
Yeah, but Ben, you say that, but there's like 3 or 4 umpires on the field. So actually, divide that field then by 3 or 4. Is it as big? Is it then compare it to football pitches? At the end of the day, on a football match, you've got, you know, the referee in the middle that does the whole pitch, and then you've got 2 linesmen that do a half of a side. Yeah, first to 100. I think that makes sense. I think that's fairly good reasoning and likelihood. You're going to win if you get to 100, more or less. Yeah, I said I think that's probably, if the stats show 6% of teams have won when the opposing side has got to 100 first. Yeah. The stats back it up. Well, I've just googled. What's the average distance of football referee. Now, granted, it depends on the level, but that's probably the same. And they've got it in miles. Let's compare. So they're saying they're saying 7 miles. 7 miles, which is about 11 or 12 kilometres. I think that's probably higher for a Premier League or a top level. But I think what's harder being a football referee is the way you run. You run a lot in S shapes. A lot of sideways running as well, which is hard. When you're on the line, you do a lot of crabbing. Who's saying backwards to Adam? Yeah, it's about 11, 12 miles, yeah. Ah, Gareth, nice of you to join me, mate. Nice of you to join me. Come and watch the last 6 minutes of the AFL, mate. Even though the game is more or less over now, because Adelaide are not getting back into this. To be fair, I'm not seeing a lot of backward running umpires. Well, Gareth, who's just joined Multi-Tricky Dicky, is a rugby referee. So the question is, Gareth, do you think it is more athletic? Which sport is more athletic to be a referee at? Is it football, is it rugby, or is it AFL, Aussie rules? What do you think? Referees can never win. Referees can never win. That's the problem. What's OPSM? Is that an Australian thing? Okay. So, rugby has the same. Rugby has the referee sponsored by Specsavers. Like, why would you have referee sponsorship as a glasses and Specsavers? I would not be wearing a referee kit with Specsavers advertisement on it. Insane. Like, referees get enough abuse as it is. It is. It really is. It's let's screw over the referees.
It's only early in the year, but they started off, what was it, 0-8 last year. And they had some good wins at the end of the season. They started the season well. They've made a significant jump forward. I mean, it's a stepwise approach.
Slow. Football. Quickly with the release to Rowe, to Berry. That Seaman on the outside. It almost comes unstuck.
Well, in football, the referees don't have advertising, but there's plenty of money in football. I suppose it's literally all about money.
Hit the belly of the ball. But Rose at 21 today, he's best in Adelaide Crows colours. He's worked really hard, got to the contest, got to the right contest.
It's like back to playing lawn bowls. It's like at lawn bowls, all the bowls clubs are retired, or like the World Championship indoor bowls tournament is sponsored by a retirement company, because that's the audience, I suppose. Retired people.
Go into the ruck as well. I'm not sure what's holding him back. But he has got to look at Oscar Allen and say, he's the bloke I need to get close to.
So Fogarty's normally
Good kick from 50.
delivers a goal for the Adelaide Crows.
The fans look like they've given up though.
Big first quarter for Fogarty. He set a bit of a tone early on for the Adelaide Rugby Club. He was aggressive, but strong in the contest, was able to get involved and create some scores for the Adelaide
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah. Well, bowls clubs need the money. They really do need the money. There's a lot of upkeep. And so you're going to take what, I suppose you're probably going to take what you can get. Plus these advertisers know that, yeah, most people are going to be, needing retirement homes at some point.
So we're all as we look at the month ahead for the Adelaide Crows. Nothing easy about the next, 2 weeks in particular.
Yeah, Sean. Literally the least, probably one of the, no, not the least, but one of the least athletic referees or umpires are cricket. However, can cricket be outdone for least athletic than tennis? Tennis umpires get to sit in a chair the whole game. So, yeah.
Seaman forced the handball when he wanted to kick, and same applied the next time he won the footy. Jones
Just overuse of the ball there. There's the handball to a guy who's going to be under the pump and it gets turned over.
they're on the full charge, the Eagles again.
Gonna make the mark. Made the mark. The story of this game, seriously, the story of this game is Adelaide score, West Coast go and straight away score back.
And there he is. He's not listening. He's working.
Back to that as Allen drives it through.
Something I've on back to the Aussie rules. One thing I'm finding I'm not enjoying about it is the camera angles, because
It's 3 goals for Oscar Allen.
so in obviously most sports the main camera is on one side, so you know which way one team's kicking, you know which way the other team's kicking. The problem with AFL I've found is so West Coast, for example, could be playing from left to right, and so you think that, yeah, no problem. All of a sudden, when there's a mark and there's going to be a kick that's going to lead to a goal, they switch the camera angles round. So then, all of a sudden, West Coast are going from right to left. That's confusing. I don't like that.
Absolutely elite, best in the competition at the moment.
They should have their main camera, so you know which way everyone's going.
5-goal win to the West Coast Eagles. What do you think, Adam,
Guys, make sure you hit the like button down below. Oh, so I know, yeah, no, I know why they do it. It's just a pain when you're trying to watch it and follow along, and all of a sudden the camera angle changes. Who said that? Paul. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I wouldn't be getting up at 7:30, well, 7 o'clock in the morning to watch it if I wasn't enjoying it. It's good. I am enjoying it. There's a few things that I would do differently, but that's coming from a European football side of things, and I've discussed some of those things. Some of the things I think that should be implemented, obviously will never be implemented, but it's just it's an exciting end-to-end game. Yeah, so it is good. Yeah, red cards. You need red cards, whether you like it or not. Siren. Game over. Well, guys, thanks again. Thanks again for joining me. It's brilliant to see lots of Aussies on the chat, and some of the English join in the late end of the game. Yeah, I don't know when I'm next doing an Aussie watch along. It'll be when I realise I've got a free morning. But yeah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button down below. Thanks for all the discussion. I think that's what makes these live watch alongs. It's the discussion with you guys. Me going off on a rant about, how Aussie rules should have the pyramid system, for example. So I'm glad you guys joined in for that and didn't get too upset that I shared my opinions. Yeah. Dream like at the G huge game, mate. 5th of June. I'll have a look. Whatever game I do, it'll be on a Sunday. Your last game on a Sunday, I assume. So yeah. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you again. Like I said, thank you for joining me. Make sure you check out my other videos. If you haven't watched my Aussie videos from the last few days, do that. I'll catch you next time. End of